And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Always proud and happy to come at you here from the Salem Media Studio. We got Mark Haye in studio with us. We're going to talk about Florida Doge now, up to $1.86 billion exposed of wasteful spending throughout the state of Florida. In a long-term effort to eliminate or significantly reduce property taxes for primary residences. So that's going to be huge. We're talking about end-of-year tax strategies also with Mark Haye. He's our financial advising expert contributor, 21st Century Financial. And, of course, I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. Also, Florida launching a pilot program for non-lethal drones in schools. There's 3 school counties that have been selected for that, Broward, Leon, and Volusia. For active shooter situations. What do you think about that? Non-lethal drones kind of roaming the schools. That'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. Also, a lot of good stuff. Trump kid accounts coming up in January. We're going to kind of skip over that content a little bit until January, but just know that that's going to be on the cards for our conversations with Mark Haye. The Dell-funded Trump accounts, really cool program to get kids started early in investing, get the parents involved, and we love that strategy as well. So before we get started here, we always like to feature our real estate listings on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, and we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air. It's part of a strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money, maximum profit, maximum exposure with less headaches. That is our goal, to help you sell faster for more money. So let's take a look at a couple of our listings here. We've got a new listing. This one's down in Garden Lakes Palm. It's Bradenton, Florida, 5729 Garden Lakes Palm. Bradenton. This is a great opportunity. You got a 2-2 home here. It's 1456 square feet, gated 55-plus community of Garden Lakes. This is a lighter color kitchen there, nice flooring throughout, beautiful curb appeal. Also, you have a enclosed Florida room with glass windows framing the beautiful pond view. So you got a water view there at 5729 Garden Lakes Palm, Bradenton. We also have the Weeki Wachee Marina for sale. This one's on Shoreline Boulevard. Awesome opportunity. You're buying the business, you're buying the land, you're buying the real estate. 3/4 of an acre. It's an established waterfront business. Owners are motivated. So bring offers. We're looking for offers here. John Boat Rentals, kayak, paddleboard. You also have a retail store there. You have a site for an Airbnb rental or a live-in manager. Also, it's an authorized Suzuki servicer provider, established motor repair business as well. Weeki Wachee Marina for sale, and about 45 other current listings. You can see all of our listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio, TV show experts and previous shows at consumerqb.com.
And yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to our veterans and our troops out there. Mark Haye joining me in studio. And Mark, did you see this one? This one's in the Epic Times. Trump signs bill to more than triple pensions for Medal of Honor recipients. What small little way that we can honor our... And there's actually only 61 of them. I didn't realize 61 Americans who have been awarded the Medal of Honor that are alive. So, yeah, shout out to our veterans, our troops out there.
I love that. I mean, they can't give them enough money. And this time of year, too, you know, being overseas or being stationed away from your family, that's got to be so tough.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
So thanks so much for all they do. And, you know, the gratitude that I have for them is immense, you know.
Yep.
And then, you know, speaking of that, you know, I meet with a lot of families, and this time of year, we always talk about holding board member, you know, meetings with your family members, or right off Thanksgiving and right off Christmas. And, and a lot of things that I've noticed, and we kind of talked about this before, a lot of things I've noticed with these families and clients is this cancel culture that we got into is really poison. And I'm not just talking about people online, like saying things like the Charlie Kirk death and then losing their jobs. You know, it's seeping into families and friends now, and people are eliminating, erasing family and friends because they have a different of opinions, or they're holding you accountable, or you can't have a healthy debate anymore. And people are so on edge all the time. and they'd rather scream and they'd rather shame and they'd rather cut that family member off than have those tough conversations, those forgiving conversations that build character.
Yeah.
And it's really ripping families apart. And, I'm a believer, I believe, and I just think that the devil's winning on separating families.
That's true.
And
Big time.
The devil is very, very good. What's the best thing he ever did was convincing the world he didn't exist. So now you have these people that are eliminating or erasing family members, and especially this time of year, it's very painful for a lot of people, and they disguise it as, growth and mental health and protecting my peace. No, it's not. Yeah. Like, you're supposed to be with a family member, and you're supposed to have different opinions and lifestyles, and you're supposed to debate in a healthy manner and welcome that, but don't eliminate it. And then you look at the statistics, and people, you look at depression is all-time high, suicide rates are increasing. Why is that?
Drug addiction.
Because you're eliminating people, you're isolating yourself and other people. And you're supposed to have that inside of a family. You're
the number one weapon,
that.
By the way, the number one weapon that the devil uses is a wedge.
Correct.
Because he knows if
Division.
he can wedge that in between a husband and a wife, or a brother and a sister, if he can use that wedge to get in there. And then today, of course, with the technology we have, it's so much easier to do that.
Yeah, and I just, so I encourage everybody for this holiday season, let that stuff go and invite the family members over, your siblings, the cousins, bring everybody together. And just let it go. It's really not that
is
crazy.
it a good rule maybe to say, hey, look, we're just not going to go there? We're
just don't go there, whatever it may be.
But,
I deal with death, unfortunately. I have to deal with death and disease. And every time somebody's on their deathbed, I will ask them, is there anything that you regret? You know what the common thing is? Everything. They regret everything, because you can't go back. You can't replace it. You can't buy the time anymore. And you're fighting over things like politics. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like my belief is a lot different than my sister-in-law's belief.
Yeah.
But you know what? We just don't go there.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? So you're still welcome at the table. We can still talk, but we have different beliefs, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's America.
Yeah, that's right.
So let it go.
Yeah.
What are you
going to do? What's the ultimate, right? I mean, how much is that one person really going to affect the major outcome? And that's not an idea to extrapolate across America, because then, of course, we got to vote. We got to do activism. If you believe in something, that's fine. Put your time, money, and resources there, but maybe leave it out of the kitchen table a little bit. Or if you kind of jokingly say certain things and then you see it's not going the right direction, say laugh it off, change the subject.
Yeah, and these adult kids are now cutting off their parents because of what they raised them a certain way. I'm not talking about if there was abuse and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about they didn't have what we have today, where you have Google and the internet and manuals, and you have all this help.
Yep.
Back then when we were in the 80s, we were running wild. You know what I mean? There was a Wild West back then. It was like, you're going to figure this out on your own, because there was nowhere to go other than your grandma or your neighbor Betty would tell you what to do. You know what I mean? But you have so many resources today, so don't hold your parents to a certain standard that didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
I have some people who say, well, I had to eat my dinner cold for breakfast if I didn't eat it for dinner. Good. That's that Bill's character.
At least
he didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like that's not something you cut off your parents, later in life because they had that rule. You know what I mean? So just encourage everybody just to come together. It's the holidays, and it's a wonderful time.
Yeah, good message. Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, and I really like this idea about Florida Doge. I want to get to your end of year tax strategies first, and then I do want to beat this drum on the Florida Doge. $1.86 billion in wasteful spending exposed, and hat tip to Governor DeSantis, Blazing Golia, Jay Collins, the whole team up there. But let's talk about your tax strategies here, Mark.
Yeah, so that number is astronomical, and it just infuriates me. But so end of your strategy. Last time I was here, we talked about hosting a board meeting for your business. If you're a business owner, have your family members on the board. You can write off Thanksgiving, write off your Christmas, and then saying the Augusta rule. If you haven't utilized that, and just remind people, if you own a business, you can rent your property or your primary home to your business 14 days out of the year. You can charge, whatever is going rate, and then you get to keep that money tax-free and get the deduction.
Yes.
And so here we are, in December, and we're running out of time. If you haven't utilized the 14 days, now is a perfect time to utilize it for board member meetings, bringing clients over for appreciation, client holidays, Christmas party, etc. But make sure you're taking advantage of the Augusta rule, because that's a deduction and tax-free money that you can certainly do.
It's a big one. We added to ours, and thanks to you for bringing that to light.
Absolutely. And then staying on the real estate, because we're it's a real estate show. By the end of the year, a lot of people will hit pause, but you really should be buying a rental property. If you're a big W-2 employee or you're paying a lot in taxes, 50 grand, 100 grand in taxes, go buy a piece of rental property. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. 100, 150,000 with Trump's new tax bill, we can bonus depreciate that, which means you could take the whole thing off instead of waiting 27 and a half years of deductions, and it would eliminate that. So you can actually go and buy a property, finance with a bank, don't you put money down, whatever, owner finance, and then you can deduct that, and maybe you save 50 grand in taxes, and then you own that property, you can rent it, short term, whatever you want to do. But what's your thoughts? I think that it's a great strategy by the end of the year, and you can certainly get it done.
Right. Yeah, and then also, so when you think about the end of the year, what happens is a lot of the sellers that are thinking about selling, maybe they tried earlier in the year, didn't work. But what I see also, not only do you have the snowbirds coming down this time of year, you've got a lot of stuff happening, of course, with politics in New York and other states. Minneapolis, what a mess that is right now. I think people are going to be fleeing those states coming down here again to the free state of Florida. And if you look at what DeSantis is doing again with Blazing Golia, Jay Collins, the whole team. But here's the mindset, Mark, because a lot of it is the psychology in real estate or finances, right? A lot of your, I'm sure over your career, you've seen how the mental side or the psychology of success can either set people up or hurt them because they have limiting beliefs like Tony Robbins preaches for so many years. But here's one of the biggest things. Sellers, if you're thinking about waiting until January, February, March, that's what a lot of other people are doing, okay? So what do you want to do? You want to be greedy when others are fearful when others are greedy. So what you do is you keep your house on the market in some cases, or go to the market during the holiday. Oh, I don't want to have it up while I'm in the holidays or have people in town. Well, how bad do you want to make that money, or do you want to capitalize on the market? Because that's the key right now, is I think, as so many people say, they fall in that traditional mindset, oh, I'm going to wait until the new year. If you're on the market now, you're one of few properties, one of less properties, whereas if you wait till January, February, March, when everybody else does, most other people do, now you've got inventory piling up, buyers are coming down. And I think either way it goes, we're going to have a great year next year in Florida real estate, but that's just a seller tip. That's a seller side tip, but that also translates to the buy side, Mark, is what you were just saying.
Yeah, and I think that honestly, I love Christmas and decorating. And when I walk into somebody's house and they have really nice Christmas decoration and tree, this and that, I think it makes the house look way better.
Yeah.
And so if you're selling, this is a perfect time to decorate that house so it's really pretty. So when people walk in with a family, they can see that. And they're like, we could raise our family here and we could have holidays. Like, it's a really good opportunity to show that house, or even take fresh new photos with all the holiday decorations and put that up, because people like seeing that. You know what I mean? And put on Christmas music for the walkthrough and open houses.
Bake the cookies, got the sugar cookies in there.
But people want to see that, and that's why they stage it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they want to be able to visualize this.
That's right.
And I think it's a really good opportunity to get your property out there and decorate it really nice.
And other pragmatic ideas or practical ideas to think about is that you're going to have a certain amount of job transfers, school transfers that they want to get done in December before the new year. You're also going to have the tax implications. People want especially if it's a primary residence where they're going to live, they want to be in there before December 31. So they can file for their homestead. Again, that cutoff date is March 1st to file for your homestead. So there's multiple reasons why people are going to be moving during the holidays. So this is still a good time. And I would say be one of few rather than waiting until January to be one of many.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a wonderful suggestion for people. And certainly don't wait, because like you said, if everybody waits till January, now you're double the inventory. Now guess what? Your price just went down.
Yeah.
Because there's way more choices. So keep it on there. Decorate inside and make it look really beautiful. Like, I don't know if you saw the movie Elf, where he decorates that whole department store, and it's massively. But it made this department store look amazing. Like, I want to go in there.
It's hilarious. I mean? My little son too. It's so funny. We watched The Grinch one night before bed, and he comes up the next morning. He goes, "Hey, take all this Christmas stuff down. Take all this." He's joking, being like the by the grumpy Grinch. But real quick before the break, I want to squeeze this one in. Florida Doge, $1.86 billion in wasteful spending exposed. Palm Beach, $344 million is the highest, out of all. You had also Hillsborough County was on the list, $278 million. Miami-Dade, $302 million. The long and short of this is that the effort is to reduce or eliminate property taxes for primary residences. Now, there's some interesting talks and conversation. I want to get your opinion on this, Mark. If that happens, let's say it's on the ballot, it's got to be a constitutional amendment, so we have to have 60% of the voters say, yes, we want that. And hopefully there's one clean bill it's not diluting the vote as part of a strategy by some. But that could go two ways, right? You could have so many people that come down, and it's going to force prices up with limited demand or limited supply, high demand, low supply. How do you see that playing out in terms of if that were to pass? What do you see happening?
If they eliminate property taxes on primary residence, if we have no state income tax, you're going to see our property values probably double in 5 years.
It's crazy, right?
I just feel like it would be a fire sale for people like all of a sudden coming down, and you could basically price what you want. Because property taxes and state income tax, if you're in the state of New York at 13% state income tax and your property taxes are high, and all of a sudden you could save $50,000 a year just by that, you're going to buy a property that's even bigger, better than what you were originally thinking, because you have that extra $5,000 a month in your pocket. That's insanity. Yeah,
and Mondani, he just recently, I heard on Mike Gallagher's show driving in today, he is looking to hire for one of his criminal justice hires is going to be a former convict. The guy served 7 years for armed robbery, and he's bringing him into his administration. So get ready, New York. That's what you got coming. All right, we got to go to break here. More with Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. Also, Florida launching a pilot program for non-lethal drones in 3 Florida counties here. Find out about Campus Guardian, the program coming up here on the flip side. More with Mark Haye on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my good friend Brandon Rimes. Stay tuned.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense. and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, we're back. Consumer Quarterback Show. Mark Haye in studio with us. Coming up, we're going to talk about Roth conversions, also part of your end-of-year tax strategies. Interesting conversation between the break, too, about Florida launching a pilot program on non-lethal drones. Kind of interesting to see, the pros and cons there, how that may play out. Trump kid accounts. I love the idea of these Trump kid accounts coming up. That's going to be in January. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but there's $6.25 billion that's been allocated there. Gift to kids, gift to kids in America, get them investing early, get the parents involved, get the family members involved when it comes to investing in the children's future. I love that idea. Quick shout out to Lee's Royal Services, the official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, residential, commercial properties. Lee'sRoyalServices.com. Check him out online, Lee'sRoyalServices.com. He does a great job cleaning our properties. On the interior, on the exterior, we talked to our friend Ramin over at Heights Soft Wash, taking clean to new heights. HeightsSoftWash.com, pressure washing company, residential, commercial, HeightsSoftWash.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, as you know, we like to feature our real estate listings live on air, and it helps our sellers sell faster for more money. 3308 Landing Place. This one is a beautiful Cobb's Landing home. We just did a price improvement here. 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath, 3,000 square feet, over a third of an acre lot. And you have private pool, outdoor entertainment area, private marina, boat slips, onto Lake Tarpon, gated tennis and basketball courts, 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor. Beautiful home, executive style, estate style home. I love that backyard with the pool, the palm tree, screened-in lanai, outdoor entertainment, barbecue area. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings and search the MLS at Platinum MVP Team. .kw.com. You can see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com. All right, Mark Haye, what's going on in the Roth conversion world?
So people that have IRAs that need to take required minimum distribution, got to do it by the end of the year. The government's forcing you to take that out. If you're over 70 years old, you have to do that. If you don't, you better do it, or it's a 50% penalty on what you should have taken out on top of it.
Wow.
And then if you are going to convert it from an IRA to a Roth, that needs to be done by the end of the year as well. We're running out of time, so if you're looking to say, like, I want to chunk $50,000 into a Roth and I want to do this systematically every single year, we don't want to go up a tax bracket. Some tax brackets go up 2%, some 5 or 8, some 10, so we want to stay in a tax bracket, so we always look at the tax brackets. But
yeah,
we're running out of time. We got 2.5 weeks left to either get the requirement of distribution out and into your hands, or if you're going to convert this to a Roth, or you have been converting it to a Roth and you haven't done it yet this year, you better get moving, because it's going to take time to get that done. And certainly if you are taking required minimum distribution out, or you have to, you don't want to incur a 50% penalty just to take it out. You have to take it out. Give it to charity and then you can deduct it.
Right.
But take it out. Because don't give the government any more money than what they need to have.
Definitely don't. And think about this too. This is from a post from DeSantis on property taxes. In 2019, there were $32 billion in property taxes collected. Now, $56 billion, almost doubling in a matter of 4, 5, 6 years there. Crazy, crazy stuff. So we really want to get behind DeSantis on this property tax elimination. Primary residences only. And by the way, all the other property types, Airbnbs, commercials, land, all that other, anything that's not a primary, it's about a 60-40, even more percent. So there's still a lot of money coming in from taxes. But the point is, the politicians love to spend your money. Local governments, they love to spend other people's money. OPM. Mark Haye, final thought. Back to you.
No, just what we talked about too. Invite your family. Love your family. Don't cancel culture your family.
There you go. Yes, I like that.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Check them out online, markhaye.com. You can see all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Go to consumerqb.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're fastly approaching 1 million views now, so that would really be a favor to us. Like and share, and check us out online, consumerqb.com. Mark Haye, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Coming up, Kevin St. John in the house. Boomin Business Solutions coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, a little bit more about this pilot program of non-lethal drones in schools, in Florida schools. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Your consumer advocate right here in Tampa Bay. Kevin St. John joining us in studio, Boomin Business Solutions. We're going to talk about some strategies if you're thinking about starting a business, how to start an AI-proof business. We've got some really good content coming up around that. Also, Trump floats an idea to eliminate federal income tax. Wouldn't that be something, right? We eliminate state income tax, federal income tax, property taxes. We have no state income tax in Florida, that is. So also this idea about pilot program for non-lethal drones in schools. It's going to be starting off in 3 districts. It has been funded, Broward, Leon, and Volusia County, for active shooter situations. Be interesting to see a little bit more details on that. But before we get started, we always like to feature our real estate listings on our show. And my wife, Lindsay, and I own a top real estate team here in Tampa Bay, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. All right, we got a brand new listing here at 369 West Winds Drive. This is a great opportunity, beautiful home. And this one is compliments of our team here, the Platinum MVP team. You got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 14 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot with a beautiful view in the back as well. You have a conservation view. Around the corner, you have access to a boat lift and a boat dock there as well. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, just hit the market, brand new listing in Baywood Village, a boater-friendly community, spacious living room filled with natural light, abundant windows throughout the home, renovated kitchen, new stainless steel appliances, breakfast bar, gorgeous property. Love the updated bathrooms there. Looks very, very nice and modern, just really cool. Great opportunity. You're minutes from Sunset Beach, charming Dunedin shops and restaurants there, breathtaking views of Caladesi Island State Park as well. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, #1 real estate company on the planet, that is. All right, another listing here, 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida, $1 million listing here, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1922 square feet, elevated stilt home that sits at the end of a quiet street on a large waterfront lot. Nestled on a canal off the Alafaya River, direct access to the Gulf. You have also a metal roof. You have the solar panels on the top, on the roof there. Private covered dock with a 12,000-pound boat lift, 1,000-pound jet ski lift. Great opportunity, waterfront property. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis, and live that Florida lifestyle to the fullest at 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. And you can see all of our listings. Search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. See all of our radio, TV show expert contributors. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and see recent shows at consumerqb.com. All right, we got Kevin St. John joining us back in studio. Kevin, I love this idea. You know, thinking end of the year, people are starting to say, hey, you know, I'm not going to do another year of that job, whatever job they may have, the J-O-B. They want to get a career, maybe start their own business. You have some specific tips and knowledge around that.
Yeah. First, good to see you again, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
So it's end of the year. Things are coming up. So we recently launched a program. I've been on the show. We talked about, you know, kind of who we help, contractors, small, mid-sized businesses. But there's a big need out there for the AI-proof business, and a lot of people are sick of working the 9 to 5. They're trying to do something with their 5 and 9. What do I want to do? A lot of times I get hit up all the time by franchises. And what do franchises want? They want $50,000, $100,000 plus equipment, all these fees. 10% of their earnings go to the franchise. And oftentimes they don't work, and they're trying to get out of their contracts. So, but there's a lot of unknowing that goes into starting a business, from getting set up correctly, from an LLC or an S Corp, or what should I do here, or the compliance things. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that where they're really hesitant, like, yeah, I'm not going to do it, or they just pick up and start, knocking on doors or whatever else. So, starting that AI-proof business, whatever, it could be anything from landscaping to mobile dog groomer to contracting to whatever it might be. But what we do is we have a program that essentially gets them set up. We still show them 12 different areas of the business to help them, from their pricing structure, make sure they're doing pricing, vendor negotiations, marketing, getting that market dominating position, because there's a lot that goes into it. I know a lot of new businesses are like, I'm just going to hire this marketing agency and they're going to do it. They don't know their brand. They don't know what they want to do. So what we do is help get that out of them. Who's their niche market? Who they're going to target? Give them those ideas, package that all up, and then help them with that market and get that market dominating position. But when you start out right and you build that that foundation or a business on a solid foundation, not a house of sand, so to speak, it's going to grow and it's going to be a lot easier. So to basically have that hand-holding going through is going to be, paramount for success, rather than saying, I'm just going to start something and kind of wing it, so to speak. The franchises really sell on, hey, we're going to structure you, we're going to do this for you and whatever else. But there's a lot of franchises around this area, in the Tampa Bay area, and there's a lot of, single, mom and pop type shops that are out there really doing a great job. So we're empowering them to start the business, help them out, and help them grow and scale properly. Yeah,
I love that idea. Do you have a recent success story, or maybe a situation where you've helped somebody, with that?
Yeah, we've helped people start up in the past, and again, we do all the same things. We're just rolling out. We're just really pushing this right now, especially with the new year coming up.
Yeah,
because we've gotten a lot of. I have bookkeepers and accountants that I partner with, and like, hey, do you help these startup? My clients looking to start up a business. So I'm like, there's a need for it.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be doing myself and a couple other people a live event for that. So we're going to be targeting that Sarasota, Bradenton area coming up probably middle toward the end of January.
Nice.
To do some kind of a seminar for them there.
Yeah.
But we help them, again, new businesses, get them set up. It's really about the whole structure and getting them up and running properly. But hopefully that answers your question.
I love that. Yeah. Because when you think about it, you've got licensing, you've got social media, you've got actually knowing how to do the business, run the business, make the widget or provide the service. There's a lot there. It's kind of similar. What we do in real estate too is with Keller Williams is we offer a free class to agents, to prospective agents. Somebody maybe, again, at the end of the year, that maybe, Kevin, they're thinking, hey, I wanted to get into real estate next year. My dad always said I'd be good in real estate, right? So so they have that kind of in the back of their mind. So what we do is we offer a program called K-Score. It's a free online class. They can take their licensing, so that provides the education requirement, and then you take the test. You pass the state test, you get your fingerprints done, and then at that point, you're licensed to sell real estate. But you don't really know how to sell real estate, right? So that's what we do is we kind of hold their hand. They can join a team, or they can try to go at it on their own. But ultimately, it's a lot about lead generation in my business. It's about creating, that what we talk about is leads, listings, and leverage. So it's interesting. A lot of teachers, Tony Robbins types, they'll talk about a triangle, because it's as our minds work, right? The human mind, the brains, it's 1, 2, 3 too many, right? So if we have 4, 5, 6, it's like, wait, I forgot 1 and 2 already. But it's leads, listings, leverage, when it comes to real estate. Mm-hmm. So it's all about leads, driving the leads. That's going to get you listings. Listings are going to drive more leads, and then it's leverage. Okay, now it's time to hire an admin. Now it's time to maybe bring on a buyer agent to show those listings, things like that.
Yeah, so very, very similar in that aspect of it. Yeah, but even, how to post the correct content on social media. There's a lot of people that are posting, they're not consistent, or they're getting the wrong messaging out there, and there's a lot that just goes into it and really trying to grow organically.
Yeah.
One thing we absolutely discourage is start spending money on ad agencies and things like that, because that can get super costly.
Spend yourself out of business.
And get zero return on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about being strategic and knowing how to leverage your local market and really dive into who you want to service. And you can grow quicker than you think if you're getting into the right groups. And that's all we help, getting them into the right groups, finding their people, where do their people hang out, and really getting them involved in that. So there's so much that goes in behind it. But if somebody's got a great idea, they got a talent, or they have something that they really like to explore more, we'd love to talk to them and essentially say, hey, what are you looking to do?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
That's right.
And then timelines and things like, then we can kickstart them.
Yeah, the PhD. You know, you always want someone that has a PhD, not the kind you get from Harvard. You want that PhD. They're poor, hungry, and devoted. You know, some say desperate, but yeah, you know, those are the people that I like to teach. You know, we like to teach them in real estate. It's like somebody that's actually going to be coachable, learn, and you can tell they want it. You know, you can tell. It's like a coach coaching selecting a player coming out of the draft or whatever. You know, it's like, hey, I can tell that kid's going to hustle, right? You know, so that I think a lot of that's what you look for. Yep. We're talking with Kevin St. John, Boomin Business Solutions here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, Keller Williams Realty, and Kevin's got a great business here locally. You're helping local business owners, entrepreneurs kind of grow their businesses, or in this case, we're talking a little bit about starting a business, and I love that idea. Starting a business right now, because I think we're setting ourselves up for an amazing 2026. You talk about in the state of Florida, of course, we have no state income tax, but they're talking about eliminating property taxes here in the state. Also, Trump floats the idea of eliminating the federal income tax. We've got this tariff revenue coming in. I love how he gave some to the farmers already just recently. What's your thoughts generally about 2026 going into next year? I mean, it seems like we have a lot of momentum, brother.
Super optimistic. I can't remember a more exciting time going into a new year. I think we're starting to see reap a lot of the benefits that he's been doing over the last several months.
Right.
But I mean, all that hard work and deals he made, the tariffs and everything else is really starting to show off. And then, with the no property tax, the no federal income tax, Florida's a great place to live anyway, but can you imagine all that? I think Florida would be the first place that there'd be no income tax. I think they're pushing that pretty hard. Yeah. But no federal income tax and whatever. I mean, that's just great opportunity for a lot of people. Not sure what the wage base limit and all that would be on that.
Yeah.
However, man, so much momentum going into 2026. A lot of people go, how are we going to afford to do that? And I heard Ron DeSantis talking, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he was somewhere and saying that the property tax doubled.
Yeah.
You know more about this.
That's
doubled.
right.
Oh, was it $30 billion?
I got the quote right here, actually.
Like
yeah, listen to this. It says 2019, there were $32 billion in property taxes collected. Now it's $56 billion. That's almost double, as you said.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He said it's not sustainable. But then you had the people saying, well, if we eliminate the property tax, how are we going to pay for things?
Right.
So I'm sure they got a plan.
Oh, the answer's there. Yeah. I mean, we're the number one state for in-migration. Okay. We have the number one for tourism. We're number one in a lot of things. I actually have the list right here. So it's the number one economy in the United States for the 4 years in a row. Lowest number of state workers per capita, lowest debt per capita, second lowest spending per capita, no income tax, number one in public education system, lowest in-state tuition. You have universal school choice, which is huge for a lot of the inner city kids that want to choose a better school district. Law and order policies, number one for new business formations. You also have recent legislation here. Another quote from Blaise Ngolia, the CFO. He says he's announcing legislation, a legislative priority that will keep Florida fighting back against dangers of illegal immigration. We must keep our foot on the gas to ensure that Floridians are kept safe. His proposal bans illegal aliens from benefiting from down payment assistance programs. It's like, wow, I thought that should have been a thing, right? Number two, prohibits illegal aliens from receiving any licenses issued by DFS. Also prohibits CDL pre-licensing from being given in any language other than English, like that one. Remove illegal aliens as covered in the employees. So, yeah, there's a lot of positive things happening in Florida, man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that's quite the list.
Gas now, 37 states, less than $3 in gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Mike Gallagher talking about he was traveling somewhere, and it was like $1.78 a gallon. He took a picture of it and put a tweet out there, and he said he got a lot of response on it. But yeah, because gas is such a main driver for everything else, right?
Yeah, it's going to drive the cost of everything down.
Yeah.
I think as lowest I saw it up here I was just up in Jacksonville last week, and it was $2.85. So, it kind of sways that 20-30 cents, but it's going to come down, I think, the more we get into the new year and whatever else. But all great signs, all positive stuff going on. So I'm excited to go into 2026. 2025 has been pretty favorable as well for us, but really looking forward to launching this new product segment that we got and really going out and helping those people who want to get out of that 9 to 5 and they're tired of the corporate grind and everything else. And I think there's more opportunity now than ever for them to be able to step outside and accomplish that.
Yeah, reach out to the show hotline. We'd love to talk to you if you want to have a conversation with Kevin St. John. I'm sure he'll give you a quick consultation, talk a little bit about his business and what you're looking to do. 813-917-1894. That's our show hotline. Call or text. Any connections you need in real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, white-collar, blue-collar companies, we've got them. Stay off of Google. Work locally here. 813-917-1894. All of our experts are online at consumerqb.com. Consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. Follow our YouTube channel. We're almost to 1 million views now, so greatly appreciate if you would like, share, and subscribe there. All right, we're going to take a quick break, come back more with Kevin St. John. Also, Florida launching a pilot program for non-lethal drones in 3 school districts here in the great state of Florida. Also, Florida Doge, $1.86 billion exposed. We're going to give you the latest there on both of those topics coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rhymes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at davidreynoldsjewelryandcoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net. For all of your surveying needs, land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show, pilot program in Florida. Non-lethal drones in schools. I want to dive into that here in just a moment. We got Kevin St. John in studio with us. He's a local business coach, Boomin Business Solutions. He can help you grow your business or maybe start a new business, start an AI-proof business as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk about that here coming up. Before we do, we always feature our listings on air, and we have some really awesome properties right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Getting a lot of deals under contract now too, so the starting to move a lot faster than it was, summer there. 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview. This is a beautiful home, gorgeous property, just reduced as well. We did a price improvement here. This is a large home, split floor plan, 2-story home, 443, 3235 square feet, quarter-acre lot. Beautiful kitchen, absolutely gorgeous kitchen, lighter color kitchen cabinetry, beautiful flooring throughout. You got that tile with the wood look. You have a beautiful lanai with some green spaces behind you. Triple Creek community has lots of amenities. You have 3 pools, splash pad, 2 clubhouses, fitness centers, playground, tennis and basketball courts, dog park, walking trails. 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida. Another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team. 5026 Mueller's Lane. Safety Harbor, 3/4 acre lot. This one's walking distance to downtown Safety Harbor. A lot of fun to be had there. A lot of restaurants, bars, cool scenes there. You got the spa down the road. Great opportunity right in the heart of Safety Harbor. Build your dream home. Great opportunity if you want to start from scratch, build a home right here in the heart of Safety Harbor. 5026 Mueller's Lane, Safety Harbor, Florida. Sparkling Gulf waters just a short drive away. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com and check out all of our radio TV show experts at consumerqb.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so Florida launching a pilot program to test non-lethal drones in 3 school districts. That's Broward, Leon, and Volusia for active shooter situations. The program is a component of statewide school safety initiative. The program called Campus Guardian Angel program allows aims to distract and disorient an active shooter, provide real-time audio-video feeds to law enforcement by critical time within the first few minutes for responders. The state legislature has already approved $557,000 to fund the pilot program. Implementation is scheduled to begin in 2026. The pilot program running for a full year to determine effectiveness. Participating districts. Technology. The drones are equipped with non-lethal and equipped with sirens, flashing lights, loudspeakers that can deploy pepper spray pellets and use kinetic energy hits to knock someone over. They do not use guns to the risk of bullets. Kevin, you're former law enforcement. What's your thoughts about these potential for drones in school districts?
I think it's a great idea. Like I said, non-lethal. It gets in there a lot quicker.
Yep.
Analyzes what's going on and give a lot of information to outside, who's the law enforcement outside.
Yeah.
The situation, depending where that's taking place within the building.
Yep.
I think it's great. I don't know what kind of controversy would be on that.
Yeah.
But it's, again, non-lethal force. But it'll just enough to get in there and distract or, maybe, keep them away, something of that nature. But I don't know, like I said, a whole lot about it. But from what I've heard about it, I think it's a great idea and could be super useful for law enforcement and to deter those type of.
Yeah, I like it on the surface. I haven't researched a lot. I just pulled it up for show prep. But it says the program has garnered both support and criticism. Proponents, including some local law enforcement, school safety advocates, argue it's a necessary step to stop mass murders, enhance safety. Critics, such as the Libertarian Party, have raised concerns about student safety, potential misfires. Okay, well, you look at the downside and the upside. You know, the downside is very minimal in my perspective. I mean, you're not shooting live rounds. You're not going to put a kid out. So yeah. Hey, look, the law enforcement's going to see. Hey, it's a one shooter. It's two shooters. What do we have here? What kind of weapon does he have? Does he have body armor, or he or she have body armor? And it's interesting. And the big thing too to think about is the root cause. I always like to think about the root cause. We just had Kevin Sorbo on the show last week and Andrew Tebow. And the root cause is a lot of this goes back to the pharmaceutical industries. A lot of these active shooters, the Vegas shooter, all these the school down in Parkland, a lot of these different shooters, they were on some type of a benzodiazepine. They were on what is it? Paxil. You got the Xanax. You got all these different pharmaceuticals that are throwing out these kids. Yeah. So I think the root cause is partially that. Big time.
Absolutely mental. Contemplating the idea, maybe you've tried it before, it didn't work out so well, give us a call. We can kind of set you in the right direction, give you some steps, actionable steps, what it's going to entail, what we can offer as a business to get you up and running for a fraction of the cost you would pay with a franchise or something like that.
Free consult?
Free consult.
Half-hour consult, something like that?
Yeah, 45 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes, just to kind of see where you're at today and give you some strategies on how to move forward.
There you go. 813-917-1894. Call the hotline. Hit us up at consumerqb.com. We'll put you in touch with Kevin St. John, Boomin Business Solutions. Thanks for coming in, Kevin.
Thank you, Brandon.
And also we had Mark Haye on the front end as well, talking about end-of-year tax strategies as well. Mark Haye on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please go out there, consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.